talk like before. Okay, let's read. Okay, we're redoing this
Okay.
because I'm
Well,
shy.
right. This is our second start because, well, hello, welcome back to Stardust. And we had a couple tentative plans about what we wanted to talk about, but they just went right out the window because H is feeling a little uncomfortable. She got uncharacteristically shy. I feel like I'm usually the one that gets really nervous, but today it's her. And
I
just
it's
go ahead.
it's a couple of things I'm nervous about because I took such a my palms are sweaty. I took such a long break away from channeling, and then I get back into it, and I don't know. I'm scared. Like like I said earlier, like I'm a fraud or something. And Eric, damn it, I said his name.
That's okay. Sometimes he comes in where it's not an official thing. He just, he likes us. So he says hello sometimes.
He says, you're not a fraud. But I'm just second guessing myself today. And
You
then I
have
don't
gone,
feel pretty either. We were talking about it earlier. I'm so ugly.
yeah,
Ah,
that doesn't feel very good to be on video when you feel ugly, does it?
my
Okay.
head is huge. I have a big head.
Wait, watch. My head will get bigger. Look. No, I got a
No,
big head too.
my head's so big.
But wait, but look at my lashes. They're
So,
magnet. Oh,
well, I have. Oh, somebody's tickling my head. It's Sam.
hi,
I feel him
Sam.
when he's like, it's not like he's actually doing this, but it feels like he's tickling my head. That's what it feels like you're running your fingers right here.
Is it like almost like the chills, kind of like the good kind of
No,
chill?
it tickles like somebody's messing with
Okay,
my
okay.
scalp, like physically, just like
Oh, I need one of those. You know how
that's
big.
him trying to get my attention.
What do you want to say, Sammy J? You could come to our party for a little bit. What up? Cuz
Says hello, Kari.
hi, Sam. When H gets more comfortable and gets her groove back, I want her to trance channel you, and I want to get the scoop on the Sarsar hood. So I have an assignment for you to go around and check for a future video.
Oh
Is
wow, I
he up
really
to the
feel him.
assignment?
Hold on. He's like really stepping through.
Oh,
I think he wants to calm me down.
oh, how would he do that? Teach me.
Oh yeah. So I guess our topic could be healing energy.
Let's talk about energy a little bit.
Um, so Sam, explain to me what it is you're doing on your end. Um, well, he's meditating. He said he usually doesn't have to focus so hard, like like take like how we meditate, like some people do, where they like sit there with their legs crossed to music and they're like, oh, like that.
Yes.
He doesn't have to do that to connect with me, but because I'm like super, you know, he's
Got to crank it up.
yeah, he's really hyper focused. Uh, because I picture myself with you in your mind, and then he's like, and then I'm just transported there. It's very simple. But he's a lot harder for humans to do. Um,
Is it mostly like intention and imagination then? You're just imagine yourself to be comforting
he's
H?
saying not imagination because it's not something he's making up. He
Well, I
said
don't
he's,
mean that. I mean,
does it feel like you're just making it up? Well, no. I think it's because his the Sarsaur can like astral project themselves, and for them that's just as real. It doesn't feel like imagination. Like, they know how
okay,
to do this.
maybe that's what we're doing when we use our imagination, but it doesn't feel real to us because we're not as in tune. Maybe. I don't know. What does
Yeah,
Jax say about that? Or can you do
Jax.
double two time? Can you two time?
Yeah, I can do two time. They're my two comfort guys.
Okay. So
Um, Jack. I'm gonna call him Eric on accident.
that's okay. I think it's okay. We'll be protected. Set that intention.
Um, Eric's like, just call me. Eric says Jack. Call me Jax. Okay.
Okay. So Jack,
Um,
so is that true? Like if I did what Sam was doing for, I mean, can I do it just like Sam, but to me it would feel more like imagination, whereas to him it feels like a more tangible thing, or are we doing two
he
different things?
says you need more practice. Just humans in general need more practice
Okay.
with it. This becomes second nature to them. By them, he means the sorcerer, the second
Right.
nature.
Okay.
Um, so how do you, so is, I have a question. When we, when I'm practicing astral projection, or at least trying to, I feel like I'm just making things up as I'm going.
Hmm.
Is that true? Because sometimes you make it up as you go, but eventually it's a, and when you're doing that, don't get caught up on it being imaginary. And I don't want anyone to just be hyper focused on what you're imagining, or like being hyper focused on the fact that it's not real or that you're just making it up. He said, because it's it's about the act of doing it, the practice. Um, he said you'll get there and it'll feel real once you get there. You'll be able to tell the difference. It'll feel almost like he's going like, huh, like that was a little different this time. That felt a little more real and more substantial. He said you'll feel the difference.
Okay.
Um, and if you're stuck there questioning, he said don't make any rash decisions on if it was fake or real. Put it on the back burner and then see about it later or something like that. Like,
Right.
um,
Okay. Wonder if like I kind of this is my own like theory. I feel like this is what I tell people is that if you just use your imagination, that's almost like opening the door to flow so that the real deal can
yes,
come.
Eric says it is. I mean, Jax, sorry. uh, Jack says it is.
Okay.
Um, it's just like that. Um, it's almost like it's the same kind of process that I want to say it's like the same part of your brain you're using, so that's maybe saying it's not. It's not. Don't say that. Okay, cool. It's not. um, well, what's some advice you can give to people who want to work with energy? Let's just say astral projection. Um, what advice would you give for somebody who has like absolutely no know nothing about it? Like, he says, first do your research, um, because you're going to want to understand everything before you jump into it. Understanding it better just helps you to navigate it better. Um, he says there's plenty of information out there about it. Um, but he says, what I'll tell you is this: you need to have. Can you not give it to me in an image? Because I don't get it. Is it kind of like you need to be in a meditative? Sam, this is getting hard. Now Sam's answering.
Are they arguing?
No, but Sam, what do you have to say? He obviously has something he really wants to say about this. I I don't know how to explain that in English. It's like
This is very interesting to me. Do your best. This is so weird that you can't put it into human words. You're just getting images, and I want you to try your best because that's interesting in itself.
The image I get is like this person sitting on their bed and their legs crossed and they're meditating. And then they lift themselves up out of their body. So there's two of them now. Save 30%. Upgrade now. Remaining meeting time, 9 minutes.
Oh, remember? Got the old one.
I'll pay for it. It's
We
fine.
better make it short.
I'll pause it real quick and then
Let it go for a little bit. We're all or not. You
yeah, we're
decide.
on a roll. Let me finish this topic real quick and then we'll pause it. They keep saying you have to get in touch with that part of you.
Okay.
Humans are very okay, two people can't do it. One at a time. Humans are very stuck in their I don't want to say stuck in their bodies like it's a bad thing, but we're very dense and
Mhm.
Eric's saying, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point of being human.
Right.
So don't feel like you have to escape this. You know, that's like one of the hardest things that people do to themselves, especially when they're first getting introduced into spirituality. He's saying you have to learn when to turn it on and off. And that's the trick. Some people never turn it off and then they burn out, like me. So he says that there has to be a balance. If there's no balance between, let's call it living your human world and then being super spiritual or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no balance between the two, then you're not going to be very good at either of those things.
Right, right.
There has to be a balance because humans are being first introduced into this kind of world. Like they've been in it before and they took a huge step back. But now that we're being reintroduced into it, and we have been for like, and this is going spanning on hundreds of years. It's not like recently. I'm not saying by like the last
It's
10
been
years.
8 years.
No, like it's been happening even before I was even thought of or born, you know? So he says, so balance is key. He said, because that's where the filter kind of comes in when you're not balanced enough.
Okay.
And that's when your filter comes stronger and can interfere more. He said, astral projection, simple practice. He said, this is advice for humans only. Sam kind of got quiet. Find a place in your home, a spot. It could be like somewhere in your closet, like somewhere private. That's a safe place for you. It's very important that you have a safe space where you feel the most comfortable. He said you'll be surprised like how some people feel like they have to perform, even if they're alone by themselves. Even if it's like, say you're going to type up the experience later, kind of thing. He says you really have to get to know yourself. Just sit there with yourself. Get into some kind of group. Do what like makes you most comfortable. So listening to music, lighting some candles. You know, like some people want to put like little rose petals around in a circle around them. You know, it's whatever your ritual is that
Yeah, I was
makes
gonna
you
say a ritual, that's another thing. I feel like imagination can help open that door, and ritual can also help open that door. It's
he said, so once you have that spot, he said it's going to take a while, but sit in that spot. Take time out of your day where you just 5 minutes even, you're just sitting there. And he said that's going to take time because I want you to be able to enjoy being alone with yourself and it not, some people can't do that. Some people think too much when they're alone. It's just about letting go. And he said that's really what you need to practice is just letting go of what's like in your head. And just, and he's like, not just letting go what's in your head, letting go of expectation, letting go of everything. And that's really fucking hard. He said, once you do that, and you get in that comfortable space, I want, it should be easier to push yourself out of your body. At first, it's going to feel like you're just imagining things because you're probably thinking too much about it. If you feel like you're imagining it, you're thinking too much about it. He's like, so just close your eyes, listen to music if that's what helps you. Eventually, what it's going to feel like is he's giving it to me in a feeling so I can explain what it feels like. Hey, he's like, scoot over, Sam. It's my turn. Yeah, Sam, can you step out for because it'll be too much energy for me if it's two of you. Okay. Eric's like, it won't be too much. I mean, Jax.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
What does it feel like? For me, it just feels like.
Okay, ready? Okay, hold on. I feel him. I feel him going like he's sitting all proper, like making fun of me. Okay. Okay. It feels like you're rising up out of your body kind of thing. And he said it's going to be a weird sensation. It almost feels like, your palms are getting sweaty like an icy cold almost. Don't panic. He says most people panic when this starts to happen because so when somebody's in astral, does it feel like they're still in their body? He's saying you won't be able to feel your body is the thing.
Does it feel dreamlike to us? Does it give that impression that it's almost dreamy?
He's going like this, like, not really though. There are different levels to it. Like say because I think I've astral projected before. It's like you have. But it's easier for people to do it in their dreams. And that's usually how I teach people to do it, is by getting into this meditative state right before bed and then going to sleep, which seems to really help people have those really lucid, vivid dreams. But if you want to do it awake, that's a lot more practice. But he says it can be obtained. It at first will feel like it's in your third eye. So not imagining it because you can't control what's going on around you. But eventually you'll get to the point where you have left your body completely and you're there and it's not a dream. It's like a waking moment, but he's saying it feels just as real as if you're physically there. He's like, the rules are a little different. Like the laws of physics and stuff are a little different in that,
So it is
plane.
kind of a different reality then or something?
No, he's like, no, not a different reality. It's just a different, it's a different realm or a different place of existence, he's saying. But you're still on Earth.
Almost like a dimension or whatever. Okay. It's so hard to have vocabulary for that sometimes. How does it benefit a human? Does it? Is it just for funsies? What do we do? I mean, why?
I say it can be for a lot of benefits. It's mainly for communication benefits. Being able to be with people that you wouldn't be able to get there physically. A lot of extraterrestrials will meet up with each other in this state of existence. Hold on, we have less than 1 minute.
Yeah, watch that time. I've got questions.
Okay. I
Okay.
purchased it.
Okay, I'm glad you know how to stick stuff together. It's hard.
I do. Okay. It'll take forever to upload though, but that's fine. Usually it takes all day.
I know, because we have such fancy computers and internet. Okay, well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Unless you're still on something. Okay. And I don't care who answers this, but did you see that little post I made when I watched like Jamie's energy class?
Yeah.
Well, it really wasn't like a class. It was more like an introduction on what she's going to be teaching in a course, but she threw little nuggets out there. And one of them was so interesting to me. And I feel like, I'm supposed to be this big, mighty healer, and I do believe I am, but there's so much that I don't understand still. I know that's like my current assignment. But she said something like, at some point you'll learn how to feel like the textures of the energy colors of auras and things like that. Sam, do you like feel textures of colors or energy? I mean, can you feel a texture to it?
He doesn't know what you mean by textures, but he can feel things that are a little differently when he's in that state. Um, Sam, what is it like when you astral travel? Or he says it's much like when I'm there in person. Um, is there any kind of like, can you see auras and stuff? He says not unless I want to.
Yeah, okay.
Um, I can usually feel energy a lot better, like emotions, you know. Um, I can feel what's on your mind better. Not like read word for word, but feel, kind of what's going on with
Right.
you. Um,
Do you feel the emotion yourself, or do you just understand that that's what the other person's feeling? Like, do you get sad if somebody's sad?
no. He says it's just I know that they're
Okay.
feeling that way. I don't feel that myself. Unless it's someone I'm really close to and I love and they're hurting, then I'm hurting too,
That's one of the
obviously.
things, yeah, we're learning how to do is to not absorb that same energy.
He says it's
Sense
very
it.
difficult to do that, to not feel other people's emotions, the ones that
Uh-huh.
you deeply love and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eric's like, see, you're doing, God damn it, Jax. He's like, see, you're doing good.
Let me ask Jax that same question. Because I want to know, I want to understand energy. And that was so, I never even thought twice that the color green might have a scratchy texture or whatever. Is that something that's just interesting, or is that something that I can use to when in my healing?
Mm, he says it's something you can use, if you attach colors to certain abilities, like you say, like green is for, like the colors of the chakra. If you do green and you think that that's gonna put,
So sorry, so I would attach that meaning to it.
yeah,
It's what I get to, okay, okay.
um, you're quiet. Okay.
And can I, like, for example, can I, Eric, or Jax, may I assign you a spot on my body to be yours? Like, I feel like this is Eric, but I don't, or Jax. I don't know if that's, I feel like, I'm just kidding.
You want to give him permission like that, open permission to just touch you anywhere? Okay.
No, but I feel like it's, I don't, is that, can I assign you a spot? Is that how it works?
So
Or do
sure.
you pick it?
Sure. What's the spot? And he's all, what's
It's
the
the
spot?
G spot.
He
Can you
said,
find
hold on,
it?
I'll be right there. Oh God.
Okay, so I get to make those rules too.
Yeah.
And I guess they're just glad to oblige. I don't know. Okay.
He says, I go wherever I think it's easiest for you to feel.
Okay.
We have certain spots in our body that we're more open, more receptive to feeling energy through.
Hmm.
Um, he's saying, think of your whole body as a portal. Um, in this sense, and some areas of that portal are a little more open. So
Okay.
some people feel energy better through their hands, their palms, so they may feel it there first.
Okay.
It varies from person to person.
Wonder if you just come up and give somebody a love and you pet them. Or you
He said,
pet
I'll
us
pet them and manipulate where I think it would be easiest to
to
enter through.
sense it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we all have a different little spot. Does our spot change or is fairly consistent?
It's usually the same.
Hmm.
There's new spots that can open up or close, like for sure it can change, but uh not typically. Like it's not like something that's common, you know.
Okay. So let me, I want to, I'm going back and forth between an incarnated being and a spirit. So, Sam, do you sense like the portals to the body or you just go for the whole thing?
Eric is using human words to help us. It's not, don't take it literally, like literal portals. He's like, okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because it's not that. Eric, well then what is it, Sam? Um, so can you tell there's specific parts in my body that I'm more receptive to feeling energy? There is. Um,
Ugh.
and he says it usually takes, what did you say? He says it takes time to figure those out, where those spots are. He says I'm usually pretty, don't throw on
I'm
camera.
thinking, I'm like, is that why I like Avery to come and play with my pull on my legs, baby? Make me feel good.
Yeah.
My legs are my erogenous zone.
He's like, it's so hard not to. Other humans are gonna see this. He's like, since when do you care? Anyway,
Since today.
since today. um so he's like, sometimes I'll tug on her on my thighs. It's my up inner thigh.
Oh
Don't
my.
do it. And
Do it, do it.
he says my head is a good place too. My back mostly. And coming
Mm.
stop. He's getting so close. Anyway, now I'm all flustered. What were we talking about?
Well, okay. I like to make things all about me, and I'm so interested in this because I really want to amp up my healing skills. So I'm going to go back.
Eric,
Oh,
Sam
Jax,
saying
Sam.
he's saying that would you said something about it's easier when you know the person that you're working with in
Okay,
astral. It's no different than figuring out what someone likes. Um,
okay,
like sexually. It's no different than that. Some people don't know what they like or what would feel good or how
right.
they would be most receptive to energy. So he's like, so it's fun to experiment and figure it out as you go. Yeah, Eric's like, sorry, Jax is like, it's like a whole new world, you know?
So, if it's somebody that you are romantic with, it can be like a romantic endeavor to find these special spots.
Yes.
Okay, but it
And
doesn't necessarily have to be because wonder if it's your child or something
I
and
need
you
to,
want to connect with.
I need to
Okay.
blend my neck better. My makeup's like, whatever. That's
What
bothering me.
is I got it like that. Okay.
Anyway, it's off topic.
Okay, so yeah, so is that the truth too, that it can be erotic, but it doesn't necessarily, it could be loving in a different
Correct.
way. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be erotic.
I guess that's true because my kids and I are very affectionate with each other. There's a lot of petting and hugging and nothing sexy about that.
Yeah, me
So
and
okay.
Jax are, you know, like that. You know, he likes to flirt with everybody though. It's very playful banter. He's like, "Oh, but we could get like that."
I
But
think I'm still getting it on with him sometimes. Like,
but
yeah, Eric, are we doing it still sometimes? Or is that my imagination? That's all it takes.
he's what are you even saying? He's like, "Oh yeah, that's your imagination." But like in a flirty way
He
and
can't be
almost
serious about that. I
no,
know we're
he's
doing it.
not.
He just doesn't want to make all the other girls jealous. I get it. Girls and boys.
You know, but for Jax, he and I aren't like that. So when we get into, but he really likes to flirt just for the fun of it, just to get a rise out of me because I respond to it. But he and I, when we do energy work together, it's very like platonic. It's nothing like sexy going on or anything. So it's like just hanging out with a buddy.
Mhm.
Um,
I
we'll
feel we're
hug.
both with him. I do have romantic feelings a little bit, but also he feels like just such a source of love and support too.
Yeah,
So he's like my mommy.
I know. He's like, what kind of like Oedipus fucking complex is going on over here?
That's funny.
um, yeah,
I
but
have
I'll
been
do that with.
meditating more. How about you? Have you been meditating a little bit? Because I know we both just took this long ass break, but I've been starting to do it again.
I
No.
mean, when I'm with Sam, when I'm hanging out with him, Eric's
Mhm.
saying I should do it more on my own. Um,
I'm trying to really do some healing on myself. I feel like practicing on me because it's the same thing. If I do it to it's the same process. So practicing on me is more than just practicing. It's actually providing me with healing that I'm sure I could use. Everybody can.
oh, okay. Hold on. Somebody's giving me information about like healing. I don't know who it is. I don't think it matters. Um, okay. Uh, when you can do energy healing in astral and it can affect somebody physically because there's sometimes physical manifestations of like an emotional pain. Um,
Right.
and what the energy healing does is heal that emotional element, the more like less tangible element. So
Okay.
say you have like a what's it, like a something in your stomach. What is that called? Like a tumor or
Ulcer?
ulcer. There we go.
Ulcer?
So say you have an ulcer in your stomach. Maybe the ulcer developed because of something emotional, but
Stress,
you
yeah.
still need to go physically into a doctor to,
Yeah.
get it taken care of physically, but you should also handle the non-physical manifestation of it, the non-physical healing of it as
Uh-huh.
well. You need to do both. Um,
Yeah.
and that's where energy healing comes in because it can really help, and it can also stave off certain physical manifestations from happening too if you're healing the emotional and mental parts of you. um and he said, and that's the whole point of healing, baby. I think that's Jax then who said that.
Okay. So yeah, I can because I've talked to him before not too long ago, I think with you, and we were talking about my fibromyalgia and my hands, just the skin. It used to be my whole body, but it just keeps getting like less and less. Now it's just my fingertip. Look at all these crazy fingernails, but my real fingernails just pull off from the bottom. It's nasty, yeah. So these are just stickers on my skin. But the more I heal emotionally, the less I will have this physical um, symptom of it.
and
So,
and that's also, Jax also wants to say, that's also not to say that everything is an emotional manifestation of something.
okay,
Sometimes you get sick physically first. Sometimes
okay.
it's a physical development only. So not
Mhm.
everything is some kind of, he's like, some kind of like, some
Something you got to
emotional
solve.
shit from a past life or karma or something. Sometimes some shit simply is just what it fucking is.
That's
It's
how I feel. It's like, everything doesn't always have a reason. Can't I just get a cold because I caught a germ?
Yes, he said, yeah, but that is a reason to get sick. You got sick because you caught a germ.
Just a germ, right? It's
Right.
not some like big symbolic thing. I just didn't wash my hands well.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
saying that's not to say that not everything works and is intertwined and woven together, because humans still think of uh, the physical and the spiritual realms as two separate things. But what we're learning, and I'm thinking just we as in all of humanity is learning, is that it's more complicated than that.
Hmm.
Um, there's more overlap, and you can work alongside spirit and work in the physical. And spirit can work in the physical as well as in spirit. Um, he's saying it's no different than really what I do, which is talk to other mediums, to get information out there, to help people. Um, but I'm just doing it on the other side. It'd be no different if somebody else were doing it on the physical, but from their end on the physical. It's he's saying they're not two separate worlds. Um, they're combined. They're one place. Um, and to get out of it's get out of the mindset that they're separate things.
Yeah, it's not earth and heaven, or
Yeah,
what I'm just using the word heaven, but because that's way up
it
there
was
in the
almost like the
clouds.
first step was to get humans to understand there is an afterlife, you know?
Uh-huh.
And now it's like, okay, now that you know that this is real, instead of thinking it's separate, now it's the next step is to combine it into, this it's one place
That's
kind
the
of thing.
same thing. It's like the spirit world is the higher self of the earth. It's the
Right?
same kind of, huh? Like me and Fairy Girl, we are not separate, even though I feel like that very often. I am her and she is me. There is no
Spirit
she
wants
and
to
me.
help.
It's one.
He's
Huh?
saying spirit wants to help because it helps with the universe or source's own evolution, its own growth. So why wouldn't we want to help from the other side? So yeah.
Hmm. Are we go so we're going to start, sensing that more. I mean, I don't even know if
I
I
already
sense it.
have.
So I don't know if it's a sense so much as just a knowledge that you can't unknow. Unknow it, whether I feel it or not. It's real to me because I know it. It's not some mystery that I wonder if that's true.
And I want to help people get to that point where a lot of extraterrestrials are, because I know extraterrestrials work alongside spirit too, and it's not like how it is for us, where it feels like that's woo woo and like it's only certain people can do it or whatever. It's like incorporated into their science too.
Hmm.
So it's like that's why their science is so much more advanced than ours, because they understand more about how just the universe in general, um, which I think is really cool that
That
they.
is one of the topics that you and I talking about was, you know, I guess we could ask the ETs. They might not even understand our question. They might have to pick it apart a little bit. Like, what do you mean how science and spirituality are mixed? Because they take it for granted because it already is. But for us, it hasn't quite meshed all the way
Yeah,
yet. So we're curious about how that, came to fruition in other cultures or
yeah,
species, whatever. I don't know how to say. So that's definitely a topic for, I feel like we ought not start that yet because it sounds like its own big episode. Actually, it sounds like something that we could ask many different, how do you do it? What's your
yeah,
way of connecting it?
because every species is different in their technology. Like the technology we have, other beings don't have it, you know.
And
uh
another thing too is that we might be in that same place where we have connected it in some ways, but don't even realize it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack's saying there's going to be a lot more work coming out, like, in the science community that's going to further bridge that gap. And eventually humans are going to have to rethink how they think about the universe and the construct of
This
existence and all that.
is that in Stardust's time? Are we going to be part of the people that teach about that, or is that much farther?
He's saying this it's already started happening, but it's definitely
Okay.
going to amp up. I think towards the end of my lifetime, it's going to
Oh,
be
really?
really,
So I'll still be alive though.
probably. I'm thinking around like, I don't know, I'm in my 40s. Oh my God, I'm 29, so like
I
10
know
years.
that's not very far away.
I'm
Wow.
old. Yeah, it's going to be more, there's going to be a lot of headway in the science community. And
So
I'm really excited for like just our species to get more advanced technologically.
Let me ask that question that I asked in my little, the thread where you said, what do you want? Asking a question of my own self here. But Jax, is there some really cool technology that is coming up that has shifted our timeline into another one in which disclosure and contact and whatever words, there are, if that
No, he's
becomes
saying you're still
sooner?
on the same timeline, same track. This is always you're
Okay.
still
It didn't speed up at all?
no,
Okay.
it's always been on the same track, same timeline. He's saying that I don't know if that's you or me. Or do we have the right idea about timelines? Yes, okay, cool. I don't he's quiet now, so I forgot what I was gonna even ask. That happens when I channel, I forget what
Yeah, I forgot
because
too. I
I'm
usually,
kind of out of my head a little bit, so I can't latch on to thoughts. So when
it's
I try to
hard for me to do it when I'm right here. Um, okay, we have to have another thought then. We were talking about timelines and it. Okay, well, here's another one. Fuck that. So will you share with us a technology that is just for like something that we're allowed to know and because we don't know how to build it ourselves, but it's really cool. Share with us something that we might experience, like how
You're
much more
gonna
awesome
learn to be able to see other, I don't want to call them dimensions because for some people they'll think of it as like, everyone has their own definition. So,
yeah.
so what I'm trying to say is you'll be able to see different, I guess, timelines. Like, our technology, this is going to be way later in life. And we're already experimenting with it, but we don't even know it yet. Like
Okay.
we're experimenting with new technologies and stuff, and we don't know what it's going to lead to. It's going to
Okay.
lead to this. It's almost like time travel, but you don't really step into it. It's just kind of like a movie, almost.
Yeah, that's too far away. How about something like what is our cell phones going to do in 2 years?
Oh, he's like the same shit, more expensive, same shit.
Really? There's got to be like some kind of Jax app. Just kidding. All right. Man, I was hoping for something really exciting in there, but I guess we have to wait and see. It did say one time that we're going to be surprised by like the different, I'm just going to call it platforms of television, but it's not even television anymore. But like it's going to get rid of TV. Makes
Yeah.
sense because then you're on the TV's time and you can just go to streaming whenever you want. That's an easy one. All right. Well,
Sam, was there anything else you wanted to add? No.
Sam, I got you. So let me just ask, how's my spaceman?
He's good.
Okay. I talked to him a lot, but
Okay,
pass
go.
just I always talk to him, but I want you to pass on greetings for me too, okay? Will you?
Okay.
Okay. That's it. Just tell him I said hi.
Yeah. Okay. Um, he's quiet. I'm expecting him to say something. It's almost like it's
Hi,
weird.
Sam.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
there's some Avery mystery. Don't tell Kari. Just kidding. I'm not just kidding.
Sam, is
Hmm.
Avery real? I'm questioning everything.
Yeah, see if
Eric, is
mine's
Avery
real.
real? Eric goes, yes.
That's
So,
funny.
I mean,
You're
Jax,
real. All
he's
right.
stuck with
Well,
this.
I know. You know what? Okay, so I feel like this was just a good like starter. We got to ease back into this, especially with your nervousness today. So we did okay, and don't feel weird about this video. People just love us just to see how cute we are to talk to each other. I will own that. Look, everybody, look how cute we are, right?
Yay.
So don't worry if the topic wasn't on or anything else, because
I'm so nervous.
it takes a while to get back in groove sometimes. So
I'm a little out of step. I've been working on my abilities. It's not like they're not there anymore or anything at all. I just
You got
they've
huge stage
changed.
fright today.
Yeah, I got
Oh
stage
wait.
fright today. They've changed. Um, it's I feel like it is a step in the right direction, like I'm getting better,
Mm-hmm.
but I am navigating, I'm mostly self-taught. So Jax is like, you're all self-taught. Um, so I'm experimenting with this new way I'm channeling. So I think that's
What's
really
the
why I'm
can
nervous.
you I'm
Because
sorry, I interrupted.
I'm hearing now and here versus
Okay.
really feeling. And so I'm stuck and I don't feel. And sometimes I'm feeling something, but I hear something else. So I'm kind of battling a little bit. Um, what is ego and what is truly channeled. And I think that's why I have stage fright because I'm it's like I'm new to channeling again, but in a
Mm,
different way. Like a
that makes sense. I heard a long time ago. I think it was Cryon. And he said that if, and you haven't like exactly lost the feely way, but you're trying something new. And what he said was if you lose like a gift, don't feel bad. It's just making room for a new one or whatever. And that sounds like what you're doing. You're not necessarily losing it, but
it's like another one's coming in stronger and overpowering
okay. And you
what
got to get used to the confidence. You have to grow
yes.
that confidence with it. Okay.
Yes, because I'm hearing word for word, and I've never
Interesting.
been able to do that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's real or if that's just my ego, So I'm just navigating this whole thing
So
all
are
by myself.
Jax and Sam still like two of your strongest, or
Yes.
not strongest, but I guess strongest.
Yeah, they
Okay.
are.
That was so
Um,
nice of them to be here for this then. Thank you, you big sweeties.
yeah. Well, Sam's always here. He and I are constantly connected now. That's also changed. So before he and I weren't connected, like I wouldn't talk to him for weeks, months at a time. Over the last like 2 years.
Right.
I was going through some shit. And he he now it's like he's there 24/7. We're constantly connected, constantly sharing thoughts and feelings at all times. And so I can tap into what he's doing and it's so I know it's real because I can't control or change what he's doing. It's weird. It's
You can't use your imagination to manipulate it.
mm-mm.
Got it.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. And right now I know he's chilling on his couch in his room and he's smiling right now because I'm explaining what he's doing. And
What is he wearing? Just kidding.
yeah, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing, big boy?
He's like, nothing if you want me to.
Sam doesn't ever talk like that to me. You got an imposter. Just kidding.
No, he's a little
They
more
just loosened him up a bit. Okay.
yeah.
That was cute. That was cute. Hey, Jackson, when is my time to start connecting with Avery? Is that coming up soon? Like more
Oh yeah.
overt?
Um he says keep doing what you're doing. Oh, where did I go? Someone
There you
turned off my
are,
someone turned off my camera for me.
Jax.
Um, you'll get there eventually. Like I totally, yes, I see it. I see images of it happening, and it's like
What do
mostly
you
you just
see?
feeling his energy.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be able to get to where I was at before, where it's like when you feel the energy, you have to translate it into words. Like that's how you
Ooh,
channel, you know?
okay.
So Eric's saying, Jax, fuck it. Eric is saying practice more with the energy work because that's how you're going to channel. Well, and that's how you've been channeling. You just don't know it yet. So just really dig into that ability there. Really play on that.
Okay.
He said the most frustrating part is being able to find words for what you're feeling, because you'll find how limiting English language is, just any language really. So
Will I need to have words if I'm just feeling it from my damn self?
no, he says no.
Okay.
But if you're channeling for other people or you want to write it down to explain to
I
other
will
people,
want to write it. Okay. That's
yeah,
weird.
he's like, so you're gonna get frustrated about that, and then he's like, and then in no time you're gonna be screaming and yelling at me about why can't I just hear the words?
Yell at him all the time. I go from being so pissed off at him and then swing right over to gratitude. He signed up for that.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry, you'll get there. But he's like, first you have to go through, humans have to go through things in phases and stages, because that's just how it's easier for us to download that information in our brains. I don't like using the word download, but other people do. So he said download. I don't fucking like that word.
What do you use? What's the one you want?
I would say like getting them used to it. You know, exposure slowly at a time, you know, kind
Add
of
a
like,
few more sprinkles each time.
yeah. Eric's like, you're nitpicking at my words. Yeah, this is why I probably this is the issue I have with the energy thing. It's like my filter now is, I have zero control. I think it's a control issue now that I'm thinking about it. It's a control issue.
So what does that mean? Like because you before could interpret it the way you sort of wanted to,
The way
but
I
now all
sort
of
of
a sudden
wanted
it's
to.
too verbatim.
Sometimes that would happen though.
Because I mean, not that you wanted to, but
I tried my best, but sometimes
now you're
my
hearing it
filter,
verbatim and you can't fill in blanks. Is that
yeah,
kind of what you're
I
saying?
can't fill
Okay.
in blanks now, and now he's saying words I don't agree with.
But they're his words.
I know. You're saying it wrong.
No.
Saying it wrong. Sorry. I don't believe in that.
Oh, poor Jax. That's funny.
Yeah. I don't, yeah. There's a lot of things I don't believe. And then if spirit will say it, I'm like, you're lying.
Your
I'm not
pants are
telling
on
you,
fire.
right? That's not real.
Yeah, right. It's not real. It's not part of my reality.
That's not, yeah. 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 Oh God, that's so hard. It's gonna be hard, but I'm glad I'm hearing the way I am at the same time. Because I like hearing Sam's voice. I actually like hear his voice. It's so,
What is it? Because he's not chirping and peeping, is he?
no. No, he talks to me in English. He's very good at English, but I can tell it's him. He doesn't use contractions a lot.
Oh, that's funny. He's so formal. Like he learned it from another country.
Yeah,
It's ESL.
he's
So
gotten better though. And
what
like,
does his voice sound like?
it's very,
I know that's like such a subjective thing to describe.
it's masculine, but it's not uh, rough.
Is he like soft spoken kind of like
Yeah,
gentle and refined?
yes, yes.
It's like his personality then. So I wonder if that, I mean,
I
no,
made
not
him come out of his shell a little bit. So,
yeah, he just cracked a sex joke with me. Well, sort of.
kind of, yeah.
That's all you, girl. You're doing that
No,
to him.
no, that was actually him. That was actually him.
Right.
But
You did it to him.
yeah, that's true. But here's the thing, is that I can choose not to say what he said, but I do it anyway.
Good. No filter. No.
Yeah, no filter, no control, no control, absolutely no control. I have a problem with control. So Eric's
That's
like,
a
you
hard one.
think? Huh?
Yeah, it's a hard one. Am I as controlly as H?
Not as much.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm getting better. Surrender's my middle name. Carrie Silver Linings, Surrender, Michelle Mena.
Anything else, boys? No, nothing.
No, say it. What did they
Anything
say?
else, Sam? No.
What
He's
did the
got
other
a
one
little
say?
grin on his face, like he's being
Oh,
mischievous.
Okay, yeah, he wants you to get off the call. All right, Sam, it was really nice to see and connect with you again. It's been a long time.
It was
And
nice to see you too. He's like really glad he got to talk to you.
oh, thank you. We're all growing up and growing together. How cute we are. Our
We
space
are.
family. Okay, and Jax, I'll talk to you not talk to what happened?
Sam's laughing. He's like, we're not even in space.
They've been here longer than us, and they're still the space people.
I know.
Just humor me.
You're from
Okay,
somewhere else, okay? Well, he was
enough.
born on Earth, but whatever.
No big deal. So was I. I'm just kidding.
No, no need to brag. It's not a big deal.
We all have. Come on, everybody watching this has. I'm just kidding. All right, and so Jax, we want you to come back too, and I'm gonna use my thoughts to have you bring some ETs to us, okay?
There's no problem. He says this has been fun, ladies.
Oh, okay, yeah, we love you. We want you to come back and help us.
And I'll call you Jax.
We're gonna try. We got to rewire that neural pathway. We'll get it.
Yeah.
All right, H. I love you too. I'm gonna go to the thing,
Okay.
the thrift shop convention with the kids. Go get
Okay.
some bargain clothes. Ooh. All right, I love you and I love you, Stardusters. It was so nice to come back and hopefully we'll start this up more consistently because it's something that we both enjoy. We've really missed it, but we just had to take care of our human biz for a while. Now we're gonna have that balance. So
Yeah.
we'll see you next time on the next episode of Stardust.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. Bye bye.
Bye.